Jerry, today I'm going to tell you a Bible story.
Oh, goody, goody, goody. I like these Bible stories.
But you know, Jerry, the best part about these Bible stories, they're actually more than stories. They're events that happened many years ago.
What's it about today?
Well, Jerry, I'm going to tell you the story about David and Goliath.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Well, Jerry, it starts out, though, many years ago when David was watching his father's sheep.
Was he a shepherd boy?
Yes, he was, watching his father's sheep, and his father spoke to David and told David to go take some food and things to his brothers.
Did David go?
Yes, he did. He went right away. But when he got to his brothers, he found
them drinking beer.
Oh, no, Jerry, please. Now, they didn't drink beer or do anything like that.
He found them playing cards.
Oh, no, Jerry, listen. His brothers were good boys.
He found them throwing dice.
Oh, no, now, please, Jerry, let me tell the story. And so anyway, when he got there, he found that there was something down in the bottom of the valley.
Oh, yeah? What was it?
Well, Jerry, it was a big, tall
monster.
No, it wasn't a monster. Please, let me tell the story. It was a big, tall giant, and his name was Goliath.
It was?
That's what the Bible says. And all the Israelites, that is the King Saul's army, they were afraid of this big, tall giant.
They were?
Yes, they were. You see, that big tall giant would come out every night and morning and call those Israelites a bunch of names.
Man, that's not good, is it?
No, and God isn't pleased when we call other people names. But when David got there and heard this giant, he said, I'm not afraid of that big old giant.
David, you're crazy.
Oh, Jerry, now be quiet. He really wasn't afraid of that giant. One of the men, though, happened to hear him say that and went and told King Saul.
What did King Saul say?
Well, King Saul sent for David.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Jerry, please, now you be quiet. And finally, David had to go stand before King Saul, and King Saul asked David.
What did he say?
Well, King Saul said, David, what have you ever done that you think you could go down and kill that big old giant?
What did David say?
Well, he told King Saul that he had killed a lion and a bear.
And a kangaroo and a tiger.
Jerry, please. No, not a kangaroo and a tiger, just a lion and a bear. He said he did this, though, with his bare hands.
His bare hands? And blindfolded?
No, he wasn't blindfolded. And he said the same God that helped him kill the lion and the bear would surely help him kill that big, tall giant.
What did David do then?
Well, King Saul was real concerned about David, and he said, David, I want you to take this armor and put it on. So he gave him a breastplate and a helmet and got David all ready to go down and kill that big old giant. And when David got up,
he fell on his face.
No, he didn't fall on his face, Jerry. But when he got up, he found that armor was so heavy that, well, he couldn't wear that armor. He said, this isn't proven by me. I've never had anything on like that.
So what did he do?
Well, Jerry, he took that armor off, and he started down that big, tall mountainside and down into the valley where the giant was, just taking his sling and knowing that God was with him. And he was getting lower and lower, going down that hillside. I mean, this giant, Jerry, was really big.
Really big?
Yes, he was. And he was courageous by walking down there, going step at a time, step by step.
Boo!
Oh, Jerry, cut that out. You frightened me. You shouldn't have done that. And finally, David, as he was walking down, came across this stream, and there he stooped over
and went swimming.
No, he didn't go swimming. Please, Jerry. He stooped over and picked up 5 smooth
alligators.
No, not alligators. 5 smooth stones, the Bible says, and put them in his shepherd's bag.
Then he dropped it on his toe.
No, he didn't drop it on his toe, Jerry. Please let me tell the story. So anyway, after he had put the stone in the shepherd's bag, he started then again towards that giant, going step at a time, closer and closer, closer and closer. Oh, Jerry, please, you frightened me again. You shouldn't have done that. And finally, he was standing right before that big old giant.
What did that giant do?
Well, Jerry, the Bible says that giant started to laugh. Oh, Jerry, please, he didn't laugh like that. Oh, now, Jerry, now you cut that out. He didn't laugh like that. Oh, now, Jerry, please let me tell the story. And finally, while that giant was laughing, David reached down into his shepherd's bag, pulled out one of those stones, put it into his sling, and started swinging it around and around, around and around.
Hit himself on the leg.
No, he didn't hit himself on the leg, Jerry, please. And finally, he let go of that stone, and it went right up and hit the giant in the head.
The giant said nothing ever entered my mind like this before.
Oh, Jerry, now he did not. He didn't say a thing, but he fell right smack dab down to the ground.
No.
Yes, he did. And David went up, took the giant's sword, and cut his head off.
Ew. You mean he really did that?
Yes, he did, Jerry. You see, that day, David defeated that big old giant. But you see, he defeated that giant because he took the Lord along with him. And that's the important part that we need to remember.
You mean that he took the Lord along?
That's right. You see, many times we have to stand before a big giant problem, a big giant trouble, or a big giant valley that we're going through. But no matter what it is or how big it is, as long as we take the Lord along with us, we can defeat that big old giant.